I was 22 years old. I just had that itch. I'm gonna join the Army. I felt like that was my purpose in life. That was who I was supposed to be a soldier in the military. Seeing where I came from and like where I'm continuously progressing, that's what's really hard for me though. It was like talking about when I first got injured and like the type of father I was, and that's...
On June 15th, 2012, squad leader Sean Karff was on his second patrol of the day in Afghanistan.
On that particular day, it was just another patrol. And I'm in the back with the medic and the RTO. We saw guys running on a rooftop, and so they called me up on the radio, say, hey, it's, Sergeant Karff, bring your gun team up to the front. And we're walking on the same pathway. Everybody's already walked. And then I just remember the explosion. When I stepped on the pressure plate, I didn't even know I stepped on until I heard the ringing in my ears, and I could taste chemicals, and like I could hear people yelling my name. I look down in the cloud of smoke and I see my, I see my leg and I see the blood on my pants. And my first thought was, I need to get out of this crater. So I started pushing myself outside the crater and get outside the crater, and that's when the medic came over, started putting the tourniquet on my leg.
You're fully conscious at this time?
Yeah, I was conscious for the whole thing. I didn't really know how bad I was. Those guys that got me on that medevac, saved my life.
4 days after the explosion, Karff was transported to Walter Reed Medical Center in Washington, D.C.
He had been through multiple surgeries trying to salvage his limb. At that point, he was in a halo with a wound vac, trying to keep good circulation, but you can already see that it was discolored. He had to make a decision.
The doctor told me and my wife, that it would probably be best that I amputate it.
Karff made the decision to amputate his left leg below the knee. The physical recovery was long, but the mental journey was even longer. After 17 months of rehabbing at Walter Reed, Karff returned home to Jacksonville.
For the first week, everything was great. I was going fishing, doing things, and then it really set in that I was out of the military. I have no job. I'm here. I'm gonna go to school, and that's it. What purpose do I have? I wasn't the same person I was. I'd get angry over small things, that I normally wouldn't. Like when I was around the kids, little things would set me off. When they asked me how the transition was with the prosthetic, and I said that was the easy part for me. With PTSD, I didn't even know I had it at first. I just knew that something was different about me.
Karff was back in the real world and trying to figure out what his reality would look like. Through the Wounded Warriors Project, Karff returned to school and was required to complete an internship. So in July of 2014, more than 2 years after the explosion, he was an intern with his favorite team, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
He was actually doing an internship throughout the whole building. He was looking at different facets of the organization, and he just kept gravitating towards the weight room.
When I first came here in January of 17, I was down to the weight room to work out, and here's this young guy in there running around doing his job, one leg. So I started asking around. Sean had been in this building for a couple of years as interns in different departments, and then he settled in the weight room.
If my leg breaks in this practice, I want you guys to actually laugh this time.
Anytime you have a guy that's done what he's done for our country and gone through what he's gone through, and then you bring him and set him in a workplace, in any workplace, especially a workplace like ours, without even him saying anything, I think it kind of drives everyone to be better.
Let's get to work, baby.
I realized this is the next best thing, being a part of a team, being in that setting where you're trying to work towards something. I didn't figure out a way, because I'm fine on this side, but on this side, the strap starts loosening up, and then I lose the power. I just love being a part of the Jags.
After last year's loss in the AFC Championship, Karff's dream job had come to an end.
I was devastated that we lost the game. The worst part was I thought my time was done.
It looked like Sean's internship was coming to a conclusion. So I thought this would be a heck of a guy to hire for our strength and conditioning program because of what he brings to the table. And also for our players to maybe get to know a young man who had made those kind of sacrifices for his country.
This two-time Super Bowl champ, legend in the football world, really, sitting across from you and he's going, "Oh, you're our guy. We want you full-time." What's that like?
Having him be the one to be like, hey, we want to bring you on full-time, like, it meant a lot to me. He had all the faith in me that I was going to continue school, continue doing what I needed to. Just going to the front gate, punching my code, open the gate, this is my job. I smile when I say that I work for the Jags. I've worked as a strength coach for not just the NFL team, but my team. Knowing that I'm full-time, now I feel that piece that was missing is back, and now I can continue to grow in this profession.